Greetings. This rising, I'm going to be speaking about the mitochondrial gene. And the mitochondrial gene is the only gene that was discovered in African history of the melanated woman being the first on the planet. Okay. She's the only one that carries a gene that surrounds the whole cell, which is the mitochondrial gene, okay? Now, 150,000 years ago, the brown woman was the first one here on planet, and they did the genetic testing of this to verify that she was the first one here, okay? They call it the Eve gene. Now, on the description below, I will leave a video on this, okay? And you can do your research. But I'm here to shed some light on this because the brown woman, the melanated woman, is the first one here on this planet. Now, she carries this gene. Now, in the mitochondrial gene, mitochondrial gene, the male also carries it, but he can only pass it down to his son, okay, the melanated male. Now, far as the woman, she can pass this gene down to her son and also her daughter, okay. Now, the XY is the male. So the X comes from the mom and the Y is from the dad. Okay. Now, the brown woman, the only one to carry this mitochondrial gene that can produce male and female, okay? Like I said once before. And that's a scientific fact. Her DNA traces back for humanity in the females, okay? Now, the male carries 23 cells of the mitochondrial, and the woman also carried 23 of the mitochondrial genes, okay? This is why the woman is netter, okay? I'll go into depth on netter, but netter defines God, which is within you, okay? Where the word God comes from, actually Greek mythology, okay? But netter, Neter, is originated from Kemet, Kemet, knowledge, okay? The brown woman was the first one on the planet, and this mitochondrial gene proves that, okay? From genetic testings, it shows how the ancestries traveled the world, how our ancestors traveled the world in small groups. The first modern humans on the planet was a woman, okay? So this explains why women is also so strong. We go through a lot emotionally, and I do know that it's not because they try to make it seem like some women are masculine. I think it has to do with a lot of this gene and how powerful and how strong she was and how she was the first one here on this planet. Not to put the man in front of the woman, but in Kemet knowledge, they worshiped their women. They knew that the women were here first, and they knew the balance which whole humanity was to begin with the woman, Okay? She's the beginning. She's the universe. She's the creator of life. Even to give birth itself is a really powerful and painful thing to actually endure. You know, as a woman, I have 6 children and I plan on having more. So, it's a really painful thing, but we have to get in tune and to know where our culture starts from. And this is one that's very important to know of the mitochondrial gene and to do your research on it, because when I woke up, I say it was about 3 years now. And when I woke up, I wanted to know more. So that's when I started researching more about my culture. And I came across a video of the mitochondrial gene. And I did sit down and take notes and watch it and researched it with my children, you know, because that's the beginning of everything, is to know who we are, where we came from, in order to get back to our cultural roots. So I suggest everyone look at the video. Like I said, I'm going to place the video, the link below, the knowledge of the mitochondrial gene. I'm going to copy and paste it and put it so you can get a look at it for yourself and do your own research on this, okay? This was the research I done, and I came up with it. I did watch the video. I did research the DNA genetic testing. I also went through Ancestry and researched the ancestry history of my own lineage, because I know once you do that testing, these DNA tests link back, and they always connected with your mom. Like they can trace back from that females from thousands and thousands of years ago. And this is really interesting. They can trace back your knowledge and the history of your roots from this mitochondrial gene, from your mother, from my mother, to my mother's mothers, to my mother's mother. Like it just goes on and on. It's an ongoing cycle of tree of life. And it's very interesting. So everyone should know this. Even if you're not African descent, you know, our enemies, they do know this knowledge of us because they took everything from us. But Arabians, whatever you want to call themselves, because a lot of people don't know. And I have a lot of friends that was questioning and wanted to know about this. So I know they're going to be watching, because thanks for subscribing to my channel. I know you're going to be watching because I was actually speaking to them about this in the store. The brown woman is the mother of humanity, the first one here. So I appreciate y'all watching my channel. But in the link below, description below, I'm going to make sure to add that on here for you guys so you can know. And let me make sure. See, I took notes so I won't forget anything. Okay. Okay. So that's pretty much it. And I already said, to understand who you are, you must trace back your genetic ancestry testing. Okay. That's what I was just saying that I did for myself. So just a little bit knowledge on the mitochondrial gene. Take the information that I have and I put below, research, do all your research. I'm just on here to give you some light about the mitochondrial that I do know about it. So until next time, peace, love, light, and also darkness.